Good morning, everybody. Hope we're doing really good today. Welcome back to the channel. If you're a investor in Realty Income, you got some pretty big news that came out, and it's not just your normal tiny little dividend increase that they announce every quarter or so, but Realty Income announced that they're going to be making a bigger purchase and buying out another REIT. VEREIT, VEREIT, and the name is like Veritas, which is like Latin for truth or something, plus REIT. And Realty Income announced that they're going to be buying this, and they're going to issue a whole bunch of shares to purchase this company. And then after that, once they consolidate this all together, they're going to spin off some office space into another REIT. So is this a good thing for shareholders? We're going to take a look at that. We're going to look at their little presentation and how this should benefit Realty Income shareholders. If you already own the shares now, Realty Income is known for being one of the best REITs out there, and it's even trademarked the term the monthly dividend paying company. And people love it because it does pay a monthly dividend. It's been paying it for a long time. It's one of the few dividend aristocrat REITs, and then just pays a monthly dividend instead of a quarterly dividend. And VEREIT essentially has the same kind of business model as Realty Income. They own the same kind of properties, these single unit freestanding buildings, and they're net lease, so the tenants are in charge of paying for all the repairs and taxes and insurance and all that kind of stuff. And the REIT just manages the property and collects the rent. So VEREIT has market cap of about $11 billion, and it got a pretty big spike there from $42 to about $48 on the news of this buyout. And right now it has a yield of 3.86%, and compared that to Realty Income, Realty Income has a higher yield of 4% and a market cap of $25 billion. Let's look at the details of this plan. Here's the little investor presentation for the deal, the announcement. Forward-looking statement, blah, blah, blah. Transaction details, this is the important stuff. All stock acquisition. So Realty Income's gonna just use shares to buy this, and then all the VEREIT shareholders will receive Realty Income shares when this goes through. So if you already own VEREIT, you're gonna receive 0.705 shares of Realty Income for every VEREIT share that you already own. And then there's going to be a spin-off of their office space. Management and board, that's not really important. Anticipated synergies and earnings impact. This is kind of just how you can downsize with one department maintaining both operations of both companies, and then consolidate under one department, things like that. They anticipate $45 to $55 million in annual G&A synergies. But the good news for Realty Income investors is they expect this to be increase adjusted funds from operations by 10%. And this AFFO, adjusted funds from operations, is the money that's available to shareholders to pay out dividends. And that's the good news, is that shareholders will be getting 10% more money and possibly a 10% increase to the dividend. Maybe, we don't know that yet. So yeah, they expect 10% accretive relative to the midpoint. They expected 10% increase to Realty Income AFFO. Amplifies cost of capital advantages. Realty Income can get loans, can take out debt. Amplifies cost of capital advantages. This is how Realty Income is going to really benefit, because they can take out debt for longer terms and they have a good credit rating, and get good rates on debt. And VEREIT can't do that as well. So VEREIT has higher average interest rate and shorter duration that Realty Income can refinance and get better deals and save money that way. And then there's also this preferred shares that are outstanding, this $375 million, and that pays out 6.7%. And Realty Income can take out debt for like 3.5% or 4%, pay this off and buy it all back and save, maybe 4% on the difference between paying out the preferred shares and the debt. Realty Income will stay a dividend aristocrat, and then all the shareholders VEREIT will get a little dividend boost from the Realty Income shares. Now, Realty Income and this VEREIT have a lot of the same customers as well. Some of their top 10 VEREIT's tenants: Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, Dollar General, Walgreens, FedEx, CVS, BJ's Wholesale, LA Fitness, PetSmart. I think most of those are already Realty Income tenants. And if we look Realty Income tenants now, their top 10: Walgreens, 7-Eleven, Dollar General, FedEx, Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, LA Fitness, where there's that BJ's right there. And so there's a lot of similarities between their clients already. And so it'll be easy for them to kind of bring them all into the fold and create those synergies. And we have this little thing here. It's like before transaction, after transaction. And there isn't much change between the top tenants. Like Walgreens stays number 1 after the transaction. 7-Eleven goes from number 2 to number 5, not a big deal. Dollar General bumps up a little bit. FedEx stays even. Dollar Tree bumps up a little bit. LA Fitness stays even. These two companies are alike in a lot of ways, and the big benefit seems to be just that they don't have the credit rating, and Realty Income can use their credit rating to refinance his debt, create those like synergies with cutting expenses with overlapping departments and things like that. Realty Income is more about retail buildings, but they do have office space, and VEREIT has office space there too. So they're going to put this stuff all together and spin that off into its own REIT. And these are some of the details of it right now. So SpinCo, that's the little code name that they have for this REIT so far, is it's going to have 97 properties, total contractual rent, $183 million. The top 10 tenants are about 47% of all their tenants, and they do have good rent collections. Q4 rent collections in 2020 was 99%, and 76 of it is investment grade, which I think would be investment grade tenants. We don't have too many details on this spinoff yet. We don't know exactly what the yield will be. We don't know the name of the company or the management. Not too much stuff on it yet, but they should announce that relatively soon. So if you're already a shareholder of VEREIT, are you happy about this buyout? I think I would be, because there was that big jump in the share price, and Realty Income is one of the best REITs out there. If you're a Realty Income shareholder, are you happy about this buyout? I think it'll work, and they've made buyouts before, and this is tricky because it's a REIT, and REITs have to, they can't really save cash. They have to spend it all on, send it back out as dividends. But sometimes a REIT can buy out stuff, but it won't be good for the shareholder, and it'll be too expensive, and they're not getting the cash flow to justify taking out the debt or issuing the new shares to make the purchase. But Realty Income has a good history of making sure all their purchases are good for shareholders, and it's worth it to take out the debt and or issue the new shares. And we'll see what the details are on the spinoff, and then whether that'll be a good idea to keep those or not. So I think that's all I got. Hope you learned something from this video. Hope you enjoy it. If you did, give me a like. I'd really appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And then I want you to go have a good day. All right? Justin out.